Thanks very much, Elliot. And Alice, I'm not competitive, but you said you've been invited to 3 panels on this subject. I've got 4. So to preserve my own sanity and the sanity of everybody else in the room, I'm going to keep the housing bit short, because you're going to hear a lot about housing at these panels. Housing is absolutely a necessary part of the Conservative Party's efforts to reconnect with younger people. There is no way that there's going to be a mass changing of minds amongst young people unless the Conservative Party starts advocating for a change to the planning system that allows more houses to be built, giving people more home ownership. That's me on housing. I'm done. Because I actually think that housing is necessary, but it isn't sufficient. It's a symptom of a broader economic problem that we've got in this country, which is turning young people away from traditional conservative values and towards what I would probably call a kind of passive centre-left mindset. Most young people are not kind of just stop oil loony lefties. They are quietly going along to the ballot box to vote for the Labour Party. They don't think too much about politics. There's always been a core of typically university-educated people. You find this going right back to the 1600s, who are very left-wing, have very radical ideas. Thomas Hobbes once said that the universities have been to England what the wooden horse has been to Troy. So for a very long time we've had this problem with university graduates. The bigger issue is this great mass, the great kind of majority of young people who now think, well, I broadly feel like equality is a nice idea, and probably the government should step in and prevent these harms, and I'll therefore go along and I'll vote for the Labour Party, because they say broadly the same things that my friends in my cultural milieu say. And the core issue, is that we've transitioned in the last 30 years from an economy in which most people make their money day to day in the private sector. They do so by working hard, taking risk. Many of them are in salaried employment at big corporations traditionally, but also you've got more of a startup culture, more small businesses, etc. We've transitioned from that model to a model where a majority of people owe their livelihoods in some form or another to the bureaucratic state. So if you look at the number of people, you just take a broad swathe of the population, you look at the number of people who are employed directly in the public sector, and then the number of people who are employed in roles which are created by the regulatory state. So that's compliance, HR. I can give you some numbers on this. The number of people working in HR since 1990 has increased by 10 times. The number of people working in legal compliance by 20 times. The number of people in environmental compliance by 50 times. Your young professional is now just as likely to owe their livelihoods to bureaucracy and regulation as they are to money-making, wealth creation, etc. So we have moved away from that kind of naturally conservative system where, of course, people are going to prefer low tax if they're going out and earning money, to a system where actually people benefit from there being more regulation, benefit from these new quangos that politicians seem to come up with every 15 minutes. And so if you want to re-engage young people as a Conservative Party, you can't just talk about housing. Housing is a symptom. Right? Housing is another aspect of an economy in which we seek to eliminate all negative externalities, all harms. We say if you're an asset owner, we want to protect your asset. We want to make sure that there's no risk to you, no risk to the enjoyment of your house, and so we won't build any houses. So this is the same anti-risk mindset that leads us to create. We've gone from something like 20 regulators in 1997 to 95 today. It's a huge increase. It's the same broad instinct that underpins it. If the Conservative Party wants to start winning with young people again, it needs to start advocating a complete change to that mindset, to go from a world in which the job of government is to eliminate harms to a world in which the job of government is to facilitate growth, celebrate risk, celebrate success, celebrate innovation, celebrate wealth creation. You will win young people for 1 or 2 elections. You talk about housing. If you deliver it, you'll win a couple of them for life. But if you really want to capture young people, capture the next generation in the way that Thatcher captured the Essex man, you need to start making sure that people are working in an environment in which they can A, make money, but in which B, they are reliant on themselves, their family, their own hard work, rather than government bureaucrats creating new regulation. There's got to be a complete change to how we think about the economy.